Caitlin Clark didn't just top the first wave of 2025 WNBA All-Star votes. She detonated the leaderboard with 515,993 fan clicks. Angel Reese, once branded the next big thing, found herself stranded in 13th place at 173,363. One rookie soared. Another icon in waiting stumbled. And buried inside those numbers is a story about star-making, trust, and the moment fans decided they'd had enough of being told who to cheer. This is not a pylon, nor a pep rally. It's a deep dive into how a billion-dollar hype machine can collide, spectacularly, with a scoreboard no marketing budget can spin. By the end, you'll know why Clark's vote count may break 1 million, why Reese's glitter-coated narrative cracked in public, and what the fallout means for the future of women's basketball. First, league officials confirm overall ballots are pacing nearly 20% higher than this point last year, an uptick many analysts chalk up to Clark's headline magnet status. She was only second in early tallies a year ago. By July 2024, she finished north of 700,000. With 2 extra weeks remaining in 2025 voting, 1 million now feels less like a milestone, and more like an inevitability. Yet the same surge washed right over Angel Reese. Despite wall-to-wall commercials and near-daily features, the Chicago forward couldn't crack that coveted top 10 graphic. Fans weren't just voting with their thumbs. They were sending a message with every non-click. And that message was simple: earn it on the court. But this vote tally is only the first tremor. When fans shake the ground, the myths built on top begin to slide. For nearly 2 seasons, the WNBA's marketing arm, partnered with blue-chip brands, anointed Reese as the next cultural crossover. The 30-second anthem film, kicking off the 2025 Viewer Discretion campaign, splashed her image between neon slogans: unapologetic, unfiltered, unstoppable. Add endorsement deals with skincare, sneaker, and soft drink giants, and you had a ready-made superstar, at least in boardroom projections. League CMO Phil Cook told one trade outlet the goal was to put personalities first and hoops second. Reese's social feeds exploded. She vaulted to the league-leading follower count within months, but skeptics noticed odd patterns: bursts of likes at 3 a.m., comment sections flooded by identical emojis, and third-party audits hinting at armies of dormant accounts. No smoking gun, just enough smoke for rumors of bot inflation to take hold. None of that mattered while the highlight reels rolled, until actual games began, and a harsher statistic emerged. Through her first 15 professional games, Reese owns an 11.7 to 12.3 to 3.6 stat line. Healthy rebounding, useful playmaking, and hustle nobody questions. But zoom in on the shooting column and the shine dims. Field goal rate hovers around 39%. Still bottom tier for an interior player asked to finish at the rim. Contrast that with Clark's near 20-point, 8-assist double threat, pacing an Indiana team suddenly selling out road arenas from Seattle to Atlanta. A mismatch forms. Reese's game dominates one category, boards, while Clark checks all the fantasy boxes: scoring, passing, long-range theatrics. Fans, sophisticated enough to parse a box score, recognize the imbalance. The algorithm that governs applause is brutal, but fair. Production multiplied by impact must exceed narrative hype. When it doesn't, gravity wins. Chicago media outlets noted the backlash first. Columnists fielded emails from frustrated ticket holders who felt sold a bill of goods. Local talk radio questioned why a 3-9 Sky Squad commanded nightly SportsCenter segments, while red-hot Dallas rookie Paige Buchers barely rated a scroll. The All-Star system itself magnifies that sentiment. Fans own 50% of the starter vote. Players and media split the rest. Reese's robust press coverage couldn't offset public indifference, proving that if an echo chamber echoes long enough, the audience eventually covers its ears. By contrast, Clark's highlights cut through with no spin required. Step-back threes are algorithm-proof. The scoreboard reads the same in every language. While the Reese-Clark rivalry hogged airtime, a new class quietly secured fan loyalty. Minnesota's Nafisa Collier is delivering a 24.4 PPG MVP push. Indiana's Aliyah Boston, last year's Rookie of the Year, ranks top 3 in efficiency. Rookies Paige Buchers and Kiki Iriafen bring fresh college fan bases that travel. These names fill the vacuum hype left behind. They're multi-tool players, each stacking stat lines across columns. When fans see that balance, they click with confidence. The league's star map shifts underfoot. No press release required. The WNBA's glossy viewer discretion reels still loop during every timeout, but ticket receipts tell a subtler story. Fans on Facebook groups shared screenshots of $5 League Pass promo codes lingering unused, complaining they felt advertised to rather than invited in. That disconnect is the central tension. Can a league manufacture intrigue by spotlighting bold personalities? Or must those personalities first conquer the hardwood? The 2025 vote returns screamed the answer. When Reese's name flashed at number 13, Twitter, or whatever it's called this month, detonated with memes of a hype train barreling off a cliff. Important caveat: none of this is fatal. Hype can reignite, if matched with evolution. Sources close to the sky hint that Reese has booked late-night shooting workouts with an ex-NBA specialist and reduced her social commitments. That's unconfirmed, but lines up with her public vow to get back to basics. Whether that grind translates to stat sheet symmetry or another round of highlight-heavy commercials remains unseen. Her defenders argue a sophomore leap is imminent. Critics predict a flashy rebound-only career. The truth, as always, will surface on the box score, not the billboard. Votes measure passion, but dollars measure belief. And right now, the money is marching in one unmistakable direction. Fanatics' latest sales board reads like a scoreboard of its own. Caitlin Clark's jersey sits at number 1 in all of women's basketball. Paige Bueckers has already seized the runner-up slot. And Angel Reese, once hyped as the league's merchandising engine, has slipped to 4th. Follow the cash a little farther, and the picture sharpens. Clark's arrival triggered a 193% explosion in Fever jersey orders and a 265% jump in ticket sales. Home crowds in Indianapolis are flirting with WNBA attendance records, while road arenas routinely set single-game highs the moment her bus rolls up. League bean counters even coined a term for it, the Caitlin Clark effect. And analysts now peg the W's overall valuation near $875 million, with chatter of breaking the billion-dollar mark by 2026. Television tells the same story. National ratings tracked every Clark step back and every absence. When a quad strain sidelined her for a week, viewership sagged instantly, prompting one rights holder to call the dip an unfiltered stress test for star power. Meanwhile, mid-season reports show sponsor activations up 225% year over year. Much of that fresh cash tethered to broadcasts featuring, you guessed it, Indiana. So where does that leave the Bayou Barbie and her endorsement empire? Brand insiders won't speak on the record, but agency whispers say several Q3 media buys have quietly pivoted ad inventory toward Clark-centric doubleheaders. Translation: if your commercial hinges on one charismatic rebounder, you'd better hope she expands the box score soon, or risk watching marketing budgets chase the next multi-tool phenom. Reese's portfolio is hardly evaporating. Big names still love her confidence and crossover appeal, but the resource pie is finite, and dollar drift is impossible to ignore. In finance terms, Clark is yielding hard ROI. Reese is still trading on speculative potential. The longer that imbalance lasts, the more pressure builds for a mid-career evolution no billboard can substitute. And here's the kicker: money talks to everyone at once. Fans feel it in ticket prices, teams feel it in salary cap breathing room, and players feel it when shoe deals renegotiate. If All-Star ballots hinted that hype alone won't sway voters, the balance sheet now shouts the same verdict to boardrooms. But when boardrooms start rewriting budgets, you know the ground is really moving. The 2025 All-Star vote is more than a popularity poll. It's a referendum on authenticity in the influencer era of sports. Fans handed Caitlin Clark a mountain of ballots because they recognized output. They left Angel Reese outside the top 10 because, for now, her sizzle outweighs her stake. Leagues everywhere should pay attention. Viewers are no longer passive. They fact-check every headline in real time. Hype without hardware is a bubble waiting to burst. Will Reese broaden her game and close the gap? Will the WNBA recalibrate its star-building blueprint? 1 million eyes, and maybe 1 million votes. Wait for the next chapter. Stick around, because the scoreboard never lies, and the story is only getting louder.